Welcome to the Archotechs, a RimWorld fluid ideology series about pursuing the Archonexus. Episode 25, Preparations. To briefly recap last episode, we started off by finally doing the first of our hidden installation missions, which links to the revered relic of suppression, the first relic that we have defined. Once we got home, we were offered a quest to host a prisoner for a very short period of time, just a day and a half, but two massive raids are going to beset us. And what I'm trying to do is to set up our defenses to accommodate such a raid. The plan here is to build a bit of a kill box, one that can very capably deal with the tribal raiders, and then probably also to burn them. I know, sounds evil, but we're evil, so that's exactly what I intend to do. It's also a pretty good opportunity to fill our prisons up, you know, the prison that has a campfire right next to chem fuel, to fill our prisons up so that we can add more slaves and gain more honor, because Trustin, of course, wants a royal rank and Bunny wants a higher royal rank. So, sounds good to me. Now, I do have to finish clearing up this area. I need to remove the debris here and probably some of the debris out there. And let's go ahead and, just for your sake, for your mental stability, center the orbital trade bait beacon so that it is not offset, because I care about you all and know that that would bother someone. So now it is nice and centered. So this maze here, I don't have the maze yet, but I do intend to build one. And I think the maze is going to be able to deal with the raiders very, very easily. So here we have Slave 2. Guess what, Slave 2? You get to help remove a walker leg. He rather, is thrilled about it. So all of this cloth here is going to become carpeting for the intake maze. And what I might end up doing is building two intake mazes. I know that sounds strange, but there's a good reason for it. The double intake mazes will allow us to be able to control which side people come in on, and also to have two different paths that can burn. So I will be designing that this episode. So the way it normally works is you've got people that walk in to your kill box where they get shot by all of your defenses that are set up. And then you'll have some sort of maze here. Something, let's say, like this, right? So that the enemies will walk this path here, and you'll be able to slow down the rate at which they enter. Something like that. Obviously, the orbital trade beacon things have to get removed as well, as does these ruined APC and ancient walker stuff. And why I want two different mazes is so that we can... Here, let's forbid that. We can set up two burning traps. So this quest here sends two raids back to back, and there might not be enough time to reset the trap. So what I want to do is I want to set it up so that there's two of them, the redundancy allowing us to burn both raids. And that is a lot of work for Trustin, and I don't have work drive for him. He's actually currently on work drive, so I guess that's fine. Another thing that I could do is to have No Luck, who has a little bit of construction training, to come help him. I think that's probably wise. She's gonna fail at some of the construction, but I think it's still a net benefit. Hey, Slave 2, good job. Break for a meal, and then you'll be back at it. You do yield a little bit of slag punching these things down. Another way to destroy them more quickly is to make a breach axe. I don't know how I feel about allowing a slave to wield a breach axe, but I'll probably make a breach axe just to make it a little bit faster, because we can craft a breach axe in a blink of an eye, and I don't think that they're going to rebel that quickly. Oh my goodness, it's masterwork. Okay. So, let's see what they have for sale. These are just visitors, they're not an actual caravan. But they will buy junk. And I have junk. Okay, that's about every last penny that they have. And they're not selling anything. So, a few weapons to them. That works. Alright, Slave 2. Let's get you that breach axe. So, you'll see her interval here is going to drop 36 days. So, it's not something that I'm going to allow her to keep for very long. But, attacking the debris here with the breach axe is going to allow us to clear it. Oh, hold on. Allow us to clear it a lot faster. As you can see, it is getting totally removed in a fraction of the previous time. Trusted, I want you to remove this stuff so it's not in the way of our maze. All right, so that's probably a good enough maze, and I am going to mirror this design on the other side, identically. Right here at the intake entry, I have it doubled up. The reason for the doubled up maze is so that if our turrets shoot the walls a lot. In fact, here, let me just double up the whole back wall so that we don't turret fire a hole into our maze. Because that would be unfortunate. And as you can see, the debris here is very definitively in the way of this maze, and that is why we're removing it. Okay, I have about four days to do this. I think we will easily do it in 4. I actually don't need to remove this APC here. Whoa, that one had a lot of debris in it. But I will remove the APC. And here, as you can see, the slave has about a 20-day interval for rebellion now. As it ticks down faster and faster. Okay, there it is. We've got the dual mazes. Now, the other thing that we're going to need in this maze is doors. Doors to be able to control which side that people trickle in on. And then also doors to be able to contain the heat. It needs to be an enclosed space. If it's not an enclosed space and you're setting on fire, you don't get the glorious benefit of the atmospheric burns that you would otherwise have. So, yes. Maximum evil, I know. But it's just, that's exactly who we are, so. So then the other question is, do I have enough limestone to finish this thing? I hope I do. Only 500 more. Ooh, and Sven has inspired recruit, which would be helpful if either of these people had converted already, which they have not. So if I'm worried about the limestone running out, I'll just copy the limestone bill and make that the only kind of stone that we cut. And then Slave 2 will cut stone instead of clean. She's been cleaning for us. Oh, there we go. Crisis of belief. And now he is an architect. So, you, my little friend, Combo, you are going to be recruited, and the only warden is Sven. So this should be an instant recruit. Oh, I think we'll have enough limestone. I might need to make my barricades out of a different material, but that's fine. What I want to do is I want to also keep the roof off of this thing, because it's going to be harder to construct the carpets with the roof on. And in fact, let's get the carpeting in now. So why carpets, you ask? It's because they're flammable, and cotton is a more renewable resource that I can farm. Whereas wood, I technically could farm it, but it takes a lot longer to do. Oh, you know, I don't have carpet deck. Oops. I hate that stupid pop-up. It's like, yeah, I know, I don't have like high life and transhumanist carpets. I don't care. So let's go get carpet tech quickly with Sven, because we can't really set down flammable carpets without that. And then the idea here is to keep one door closed, one door open, so that you control the flow. You get to determine which side that the enemies come in on. And these barricades here are going to be limestone, but then the rest of the barricade's probably a different material. Limestone is a little bit tougher. Oh, you know what? We do have granite. Here, let me do a few granite ones. Because these barricades get shot a lot. So the purpose of these barricades is to prevent enemies from stopping. You can't stand on a barricade, so it forces them to come into the box, where they are fully exposed to all the turrets that will be lining the walls. The other thing I'm going to need to do is embed power in these walls, which is vulnerable. If you don't want vulnerable power, you would need to double up your walls, because hypothetically a raider could come in and attack the cable that's embedded in the wall. So that is a particular vulnerability of this design, but I don't think that is a likely scenario. Okay, so Budaman and Lucid both have 4.6 year intervals. I'm curious what the slave 2 interval is, because she is not fully suppressed. Or he. I keep calling her she. I only have male slaves at the moment. Alright, Sven, why have you not, you have an inspired recruit. This slave here would be good at converting stuff. Prisoner, recruit. I don't know. Sven will get to it when he gets to it. I'm not too concerned. So it looks like Lucid has managed to put back all of the Devil Strand, or just about all of the Devil Strand, into the farm fields, which is great. That's going to yield a whole lot of wealth for us. Alright. Rebellion interval of 1.3. Got it. Even with a stab scar and a prosthetic leg, that is actually rather surprising. But still, it's a lot more than the base 45 days, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Sienna and Take Maze is nearly done. The other thing that we're going to want to do is to move some of these turrets. Now, the other thing that I'm going to need to set up is dead power. Basically a conduit that doesn't hold charge, so that I can turn the turrets on and off. Whether you think it's an exploit or not, immaterial. I'm going to use it all the same. And then we're moving all of our turrets in here. And the plan is to build as many additional turrets as I can before it's go time. I have 3.5 days. Looks to me like I need to start getting rid of the slag here too. I'm gonna have... This is weird. Why? Oh, because this is any slave. Okay. Any worker. And Zleb. Oh, you can't craft. Okay, I don't know why I'm trying to make you do that. You're the only one in the colony that refuses to craft. due to roll. So I do think that we will easily get carpet making before the time requirement. Provided that Sven doesn't recreate so much. And instead, here, I'm even going to drop his psi focus requirement so he doesn't meditate. And trust him with a work frenzy. That is going to be quite helpful in the construction of this. He's running circles around Trustin. Or around No Luck. Okay, Combo has joined. And Combo, you get to be... Actually, you know what? You get to be Slave 2. I like changing their names a lot. So that they're... Makes it so that they matter even less. That we can't be even bothered to keep the same number for them. I'll probably set up Herbal for everybody for a bit. Unless there's surgeries to be had. So, schedule to the slave zone. And then your work schedule will include mining and construction and crafting. No, that's not yours. All right, if we take a look at... all right, you've got... You don't have a body strap on? So I'm going to force one on you. I'll clear the forced clothing, but obviously the body strap stays. And... we recruited him, didn't we? Alright, I'm gonna have to enslave him. Actually, I don't know if Inspired Recruit will instantly enslave. I'm not sure about that, but, either way, rest him again, and enslave. That's my fault. But at least he's wearing the... Okay, he instantly enslaved, because, you know... We had broken his will. So, suppression is pretty high, not maxed. And, the slave interval is pretty decent. Alright, let's go back to the... scheduling. All the scheduling, everything is correct. Perfect. That was one mistake very quickly remedied. Sven, I have no idea why you're crafting. Oh, because I ordered you to. Alright, let's get back to research. And now we're moving the turrets down. Because these traditional little embankment wall turret things really aren't going to be necessary anymore. Now, the real kicker is that I don't have a lot of components. So, Trustin is going to have to craft a whole lot of components, and I'm going to raise the component crafting up a bit higher. And then hit him with work drive in about 18 hours. Because for all the additional turrets that we're going to build, obviously components are many components are going to be needed. We still haven't even cut this marble. I know I told everyone to focus on limestone, but there's still a granite table to break down, and some of these potatoes that probably should be hauled in. Slave 2. I want you back on Or no, I guess you're slave 1 now. I want you back on cleaning, because it is starting to look pretty dirty around here. And this limestone block queue, we ought to drop on the floor. It's just adds more time to haul it to the stockpile. Sven converted Seal. So Seal is ready to be enslaved. Not recruited. And yet another mining constructor. So both of these new slaves are mining constructors. Not bad. But Bunny, you're going to become the warden now. Because I'd rather have Sven researching. Now, there is a scarification demand. Wait, why does Bunny want to be scarified? Oh, because I replaced her scar that was on her limb. I understand. Well, unfortunately, the cutter can't be present because the cutter is the target. So let's kick off a scarification for Bunny because, you know, that's kind of needed. And this ritual is going to be attended by everybody. Looks like Zleb's ready to use the healer mech serum because the parasites that she had has been cleared. And then I'll scarify her as well, because I'm sure she expects it. Scar on a bionic leg, because that makes sense. Alright, Zleb, use heal mech serum. Boom. And let's go immediately into another scar. Unfortunately, I didn't clean the shrine room before doing it, so there's still blood from Bunny. Which doesn't make sense, because she got scarified on her bionic leg. But hey. Oh, and so did Zleb. I guess this is a thing now. Left bionic legs. That makes sense. Okay, so the scarifications have been done. Slave 2 expects to be scarified. And the thing is, I don't care about the quality of the slave scarrings, so they can just do it on their own. They can mimic what the leaders do, and they'll probably not do it as well. But as I say, I don't care. Wow, this got so dirty. I'm even going to have Zleb clean up a little bit, because this dining room is disgusting. And the result is boring. Yeah, they weren't able to replicate it quite as nicely. But now, Sven, Bunny, Trustin, No Luck, and Zleb all are scarified. So those requirements, the pain is virtue, have been met. The traps are nearly done. And carpet making is almost researched. We have 1.7 days left. I haven't made the turrets, though. So I don't have enough uranium to do 2 turrets. So instead of doing that, I'll just set up regular old steel turrets, which are a lot more vulnerable. But that's why I put the uranium ones in front, so that they're more likely to be shot at and meleeed. And that way, the more vulnerable steel turrets are protected behind uranium ones. And then this queue here is obviously going to require an enormous amount of steel. But these turrets can be repurposed later on for other securities. So they're definitely helpful. And Seal has been enslaved. So Seal, more suppressed than the last one. You are going to also lose your name. Slave 3. who is a slave, to slave zoning, slave clothing, and the work priority is pretty much identical to the last one because you guys have the same skill, except for this one can plant cut and grow. Not well, but has a passion in it, so that passion should get better. Okay, so we have everybody enslaved. That's great. Carpet making is now done. And we'll go back to healing factors. So in here, we're going to want, let's do red carpet. And I'm actually going to put the carpet not that close to the doors so that the doors don't burn. Because if the doors burn down, then all the heat is let out. Obviously, I could have made doors that were non-flammable. That would be probably wiser. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Just because I feel like it could become a thing. All right, for now, I'm going to forbid the remaining turrets so that I can focus on the carpets. And then after the carpets are done, I'm going to be putting in barricades. And we have a day and a half left to prepare. I also do not care about the filth that builds up in the maze. Nor do I want to add it to the home zone, because once it's on fire, I don't want anyone trying to firefight it. So it's important to paint carefully, in other words. So here I have painted in the walls. I'll probably paint in the doors as well, but nothing else. Not even the barricades. Ooh, we've got rare thrombos coming in. That is a beautiful diversion. I'll probably have Zleb and Trusted. I'll probably rally everybody to quickly kill them. It's worth it. All right, it is a full raid where they all got aggressive at once. I'm trying to get them to group up so I can pulse them. Good, they're all pulsed. This will make it a lot easier to down them. And I'm trying to do this as fast as I can so I don't divert my workforce from constructing this bad boy. So in terms of security, let's go ahead and put slate. So then the purposes of these... Here, let's just do it like this. The purposes of these barricades is to slow down the movement of people through the mazes so that they have the maximum amount of time to burn. That way, when they come in here, they have to spend a while and get set on fire, and yeah. Okay, and I'll be doing slate doors, and we are nearly done, and then we'll go back to the turrets. I just wanted the maze first. So the last piece of this is once we have it all barricaded up, we need to open up the correct doors and then roof up the whole thing so it is enclosed. And do I have a fire starting weapon? I do have Molotovs, so yeah, we're good. Because that would be the last requirement, is to make sure that you actually have the ability to set fire to things. Because otherwise, the trap doesn't really work when there's no fire source. And you can see how slow the barricades make my guys walking wise. It really, really ruins their travel speed. Now, doing a little bit of micromanagement because we only have 21 hours left, but I do think that is a totally fine amount of time to finish this off. So we'll have the right side be open first. Ooh, failed the slate door. I don't like the sounds of that. And let's not refuel that. In fact, I don't need to break it down, but we won't refuel it. So other than this one cloth laying here, the right side is completely ready to be used. So the last thing is to build a roof over that section. Oh man, and it's getting a little stormy. Some atmospherics for us. I will need someone like Zleb to... No, not Zleb. Let's say Bunny to haul the Thrumbahorn in because these slaves are not allowed to interact with weapons and to move them into the stockpile. Okay, so this side is done. It is all set. It's roofed up, so it's internal, and it has carpets everywhere. It is ready to go. The left side needs a little bit of love now. And then we'll try to build as many of the turrets that are left before go time. Oh, thanks, Slave, for blocking me as I... Okay, there we go. I have 9 hours left to accept this quest, and I intend to wait as long as possible so that I can get as many of these turrets built as possible. I think I am going to take No Luck, Slave 2, and Slave 3 off of the construction queue because I worry that they will fail. Failing at building carpets or walls where I have a lot of material is not a problem. Failing at building turrets, a bit more of a problem because it is expensive. All the components and the like going into it makes it pretty pricey. And as you can see, my steel that was up at like the mid 2000s, I think, has plummeted pretty considerably. We don't have enough components for the remaining turrets. We'll see if Trustin can whip those up, and I'm gonna work drive them too. He has a frenzy, but I'll see if I can do both. Yeah, he's work-driven. Oh, no, he still has work frenzy. Yep. So I need 5. Now, when I accept this, the enemies aren't going to come in immediately. They're not instant. Oh, solar flare. Well, I guess those are as many of the components as I'm going to be able to get. Game saw to that. So... we're all set. Let's go ahead and accept, I guess. Although I need to make an alliance with West Hinia, I think getting my reputation up with them is probably going to be easiest by gifting them clothing that I make from fabrics and art that I make from No Luck. So instead, I'm going to accept the advanced components and the gold. Even though the cooking trainer and the recon helmet are valued at higher, Trustin is very capable of making legendary recon helmets, so I'd rather have this reward. Okay, so we have a guard here, who I believe can die of no consequence. Let's reread this just to make sure. Tysia, is paralyzed, must be kept in a bed. And then, where does it say anything about the guard? Oh, mercenary sniper placed under my control. She can die in battle with no consequence. Okay, well, in terms of, let's set this up. So, no meds for you. Ari, you can move up above the slaves, but below everyone else. We are going to feed you nutrient paste meals, because I just don't care. And then you are going to capture this jailbird and throw her into our Chemfield prison. All right, at this point, any stone blocks is fine. We don't need to do limestone only. And I think we're good to go. I mean, we're shy one turret, but that's because of the solar flare. Nothing I did. So you're paralyzed. I'm going to give you Dr. Care, no meds, and you are going to be fed nutrient paste. Okay. At this rate, we are just... Oh, so I did move my bait beacon, so I have to uninstall and reinstall this so that it is older. And that way, if I get a pod drop raid, the pod drop raid goes outside, not into my stock room. So it seems silly that that's all it requires, but that's all I have to do to send raiders where I want them. Slave 3 expects to be scarified. Sure. Let's all participate in this one. And then I have to remove their tattoos and facial hair and the like. And I'll do that after this. I sort of expect this scarification ritual to be canceled due to a raid, but we'll see. There's still about a day left for all these raiders to show up. And the solar flare has ended, which allows us to make components again to potentially get the last steel mini turret built. Oh, that is not a raid. I thought that was a raid group. Side trainer for Berserk and side trainer for Words of Inspiration. Well, I don't really need Berserk on Sven because he already has it, but it might be possible that Bonnie won't. So when she levels up one more rank, oh man, everyone in attendance, it was still boring. When she levels up one more rank, we'll see if she gets Berserk automatically or not. But I have about 6 days to do this. And these pirates, this raid is similar to the one that's currently set to attack us, in that this trap will work pretty well against them. Bunch of snipers. Okay, turrets are done. You know what? These can stay. I can still use those as cover. This one can go. I don't really need that anymore. Oh, Ari, you have nowhere to sleep. You can sleep in here. I don't really have a base that accommodates guests all that well. Most people don't like to visit me. So, I have 18 mini turrets, which is quite a lot of firepower, plus 6 combatants, and a flame trap, a flame maze. So it should be a pretty effective method in dealing with the very large number of raiders that are going to come. About 50 of them, or 100 of them in total. Oh, and an ancient complex for the Relic of Suppression. I'm going to accept because these don't have a time. They're not time sensitive. So this is the Relic quest, and then this is the Worshipful Village quest, which I have yet to do. The Worshipful Village was offered so long ago. 1.8 years ago. Oh, Lord. I've been busy with other things. And here we go. Here's the first raid. Unfortunately for me, these guys are sappers. They're not going to use my trickle traps. Well then, that is just lovely. I prepare, and the game doesn't care. So let's go ahead and take the slaves that have shield belts and rally them out. I think I'll probably call in some backup, maybe. Obviously, I don't have any allies, so I can't do military aid, but Sven can call in a trooper squad. Bunny can call in an aerodrone salvo. I don't think I'm going to need to call that in. Well, let's see if I do. I'll see if I can't manage this myself. Because it is a pretty sizable amount of human tanks. Plus, I have Marksman Command and Berserk and all that. So this will be the first group that we tear down. Trustin showing up just in time. All right, let's try to use Psycast sparingly. Not that one. Because I've had Sven be researching and I don't really have his focus isn't all that high. And I'm trying to keep these slaves in front so that they're the ones getting shot at with their shield belts. So unfortunately what's going to happen is these guys are going to sap into my base, and there's really not much I could do about it because I can't be in two places at once. I could call it, yeah, let me call in the trooper squad and try to send them over to do something to limit the amount of damage that that my base incurs. Okay, so the first group of zappers is fleeing. I'm gonna hope that the trooper squad heads east. No, they're heading down towards me. Oh, you dummies. Okay, well, let's break back into the base. Oh, and here's the second squad. These guys are prepare a while. So there's 23 of them up there and 30 of them down here. And I hate to do this to you guys, but it's going to be a cliffhanger. I'm out of time. Thank you for watching episode 25 of the Archotechs Preparations, and I apologize for the cliffhanger. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to chat with me or any members of my community in real time, Discord's the place to be. Rhadamant.com and the description of this video have links to Discord. Thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you for supporting the channel. I'll catch you next episode, Architects.